Ryan and I met on Match, something I swore I was not going to do. The less than a month that I had the membership is when I saw Ryan's profile.
I think she actually hit me first with a wink on there, and you always do, if they wink at you and you wink back and then you send an email, so I think she winked and then I sent an email and asked for her phone number.
I gave my number, but I accidentally left a number out, and then I didn't get back on my profile for a couple of days, and he kept sending me messages saying, "You left a number out, I don't know what your number is."
So I didn't know if she was trying to be like, not give me the number, or if she was trying to, just be funny or something, and then she just said she was so busy that she accidentally mistyped it.
What I liked about Ryan's profile on Match was that he actually you could tell he took time to write it, and it was funny, and I felt it kind of mirrored in kind of my life or my values. There was family in there was having fun, there was being an entrepreneur. The family values is what stuck out to me, and I really wanted some of that.
She had good pictures to start with, and then it talked about like a 1950s wife in today's environment. So that was appealing, that somebody has like, it talked about family. She's very family oriented, and also the fact that she's educated. I mean, she's like smart. And
then he said, "Well, when can I see you?" And I had sworn off dating, and I was like, "Well, how about after the holidays? I know we're both really busy." And Ryan was creative. He said, "Why don't we meet in Newport, and we'll beach cruise, down Newport, and we'll have lunch at Cabo Cantina." And I was like, great. Well, it poured that day.
Our first day was fun. It started off where it was, kind of like rainy out, and we were going to go beach cruising, and we were going to do all that, and then she showed up and she was all ready to go. So.
And I thought, well, I'm going to be a trooper. I'm not going to be one of those girls that cancels because she's afraid to get wet. And I had workout pants on and tennis shoes and a pink shirt I still have that says love on it, because I was all about putting the energy of finding my future husband.
Turned out really well, where we got to go down to Cabo, hang out, and we actually spent a few hours there and had a great first date.
First date says to me, "How many kids do you want?" I thought, this guy's serious. Like he's on that path.
But she definitely liked the idea that our first date was going to do something versus just going to a bar and meeting up.
And my phone rang about 3 hours later, give or take, and it was him. It was Ryan.
I'm like, well, I don't want to wait that whole, wait 24 hours or 3 days or whatever. I'm like, I'll just give her a call and, see if I can get another date.
And he goes, "You know what? If I see a good thing, I don't let it go. And I had a great time with you, and I want to see you again. So when can I see you again?"
I called her back later that day and tried to line up the second date, and she's like tried to push me out like 2 weeks. I'm like, that's like a little too long, so we was able to move it up, within a couple days.
And that's what turned into our second date, which was like 2 days later, and it was at IHOP for breakfast.
The second date was good. I mean, she tells a much different story than what I would tell of the second date.
There's this thing that men do, they call peacocking.
And she says that I just talked about myself the whole time and all this stuff, but it was all related to what she was talking about.
And when they're trying to show off to the female peacock, they really fluff their feathers and they try to show off and they kind of dance. Peacocks do. So they call it this thing called peacocking. So 1 week after that, which I've kept, he sent me, I'd go on a business trip, and he sent me this really nice poem and basically said, "I want to get off Match. I want us to be exclusive. I want you as my girlfriend."
I think it was within a month that we were exclusive. We just started, doing more things together and, cooking dinner, and we figured out, we get along pretty well because we can do a lot of different things. And she's also very family oriented, so when you see her with her family, their family is very close and very close knit. I like that has a fun personality. I like that she's athletic because we both have like a athletic lifestyles.
He's so carefree and he's so in the moment, which is an amazing thing for me. It's a great balance. But it's also the thing that sometimes I'm like, I don't want you to be so relaxed about this. I want you to get whooped up.
There's things that she does, and that I can tell she got them from her mom, or learned them from her mom or her dad, because her mom does the exact same thing, or it's something that her dad would have told her to do, but she learned a lot from her mom and dad because they're great role models.
And I didn't think I would meet somebody that had such strong family values. I think that's why I stayed single for so long, is I wanted someone who understood it and I didn't have to teach it to. And Ryan has them.
She's just a great person, and she's very, you can tell she's definitely family, and wants to have kids. But I can tell that she'll be a great mom just with her interaction with kids.
Highlights with Ryan have been doing the Tough Mudder together.
We went to Jamaica and got to spend a week down in Jamaica at the couples resort down there. We've gone to Havasu.
Him being at the birth of my second nephew, Keaton. Obviously getting the house together, that was an experience.
We took a 10-day East Coast trip, which was pretty awesome. We stopped at six different man versus food challenge cities.
Meeting his family for the first time, because I met everyone in another state, so I had nowhere to run. Ryan called me and said, hey, I have a Groupon gotta use. Can you come over at 3:30 before we have dinner with your grandpa? And I have a Groupon to use it. So that's normal for us. We buy random Groupons. And we went to where the helicopter was at, and I thought, oh yay, I've never done this. It's been on my list of things to do.
And then we get out to the helicopter, and the guy's pushing the power button on the GoPros, and
honestly, I still had no idea. I just thought we need to use up this Groupon, and then we got to go to dinner.
So we took off, and it went down, along MacArthur down to the harbor, and then we got to the Newport Pier, and from there, we had said it was going to take about 50 seconds to get to where the proposal was, so I started proposing there.
And I'm looking out the window at the beach, and he's like, Andrea, and I look at him thinking he's going to tell me something. All I heard was, I love you, family, best friend. As soon as he started talking, all I heard was wah, wah, because I thought, oh my God, this is it. He's going to do this. He's really going to do this. So I didn't hear anything he said. And then he didn't ask me.
But I was pushing her arm. I'm like, look out the window, and she's like, huh? My best friend Kevin had written in the sand, will you marry me, in 10-foot tall letters.
Yeah.
So finally she sees it, and then she's like, oh, that's what he was trying to say. Yeah. And so it was there, and then I had the ring in the helicopter.
Come true. Someday you wish upon a star.
So we want to thank everyone for coming out here and traveling, and for making our day special. And I love you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you, everyone. Just really want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It means so much for us to have you all here. I know many of you traveled from across the country, and some of you from right here, from across the county. So just appreciate you all taking the time to celebrate our special day with us. And we look forward to celebrating many more years with the rest of you. And I love you, Mom and Dad.